So not every admission would come automatically with a scholarship. So you might have a separate admission letter, and the department you got admission into may have, some time period that they give out scholarship letters. So once you gain admission and the content of the letter does not mention any form of scholarship, this is what you're going to do. You're going to email the head of the department and then express gratitude for being considered for the admission and being considered for admission in the department. Remember, this is a big deal. If you've had a feel of how it is when you get an admission denial, then you should be grateful if you get the positive feedback from the school. Then you let them know. You ask, is it that the department will automatically consider you for scholarship? If so, when should you expect the scholarship letter? Do you have to attend a separate interview, or do you have to apply separately for the assistantship in the department? If the answer is yes, is there a link you can use or an application form that they can send to you? So if the department automatically considers applicants for scholarship, and of course, this might be stated on your department website. Now, don't assume that if your friend is in school A, you apply to school A, but a different program, the scholarship awarding and even stipends, the tuition, everything might be different from program to program, even in the same university. So check out the department website of your school before you don't want to email and try to make it seem as if you did not read what is on the department website. So you have to have an idea how the department gives out scholarship even before you email the director of the program. Consistent and constant communication with the school and the department that you have been admitted to is very important for your success in this process. You're welcome to another episode of the Study Abroad podcast. This is my intro for today, and we had some technical issues. That's why we are coming your way a little bit late. Thank you for sticking around. Share this with somebody so that the individual can join. This is the biggest Study Abroad content platform, and this is the Fred Effect. My guest, as you all know, will be someone who is very experienced in this process, ready to share the journey, the experience, and then what they went through in order to get where they are, so that you watching us who want to study abroad would also take this information and apply it to your process. Let me bring my guest on and let's get started. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, cool.
It's
Cool
been
to
a
be
little
here.
bit of a back and forth, but I'm glad we've been able to make it happen.
Yes, yes. I mean, some things happen,
Yeah.
like we said, unforeseen circumstances. So, yeah, but finally we are here and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for having me as well. Thanks for
Am I
having me.
taller than you in real life, or you're taller than
Yeah,
me?
yeah. My chair is a bit low. I like it a
Yeah.
bit low. So
Okay. The way we
maybe
can.
I can increase my height a bit just
Yeah, that
to
will
not
help.
look this thing. Yeah, just give
Yeah.
me a second and
Because
then
I'm not that tall.
yeah, not that. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm tall. I'm tall.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, we are
I'm
the same level now.
I'm over 180. So
Oh, okay. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So let's get going. A little bit of introduction to people who tune in today. How would they know you? And then we get started to learn more about you.
Okay, thank you very much, Fred, and the audience. So, by way of introduction, my name is Freeman Akarbo, but I use Freeman Lamy, the name displayed on the screen for everything I do. I mean, on terms of social media. So, I am from Ghana, specifically from the Upper East region. Um, and I studied in UDS from 2018 till 20. I mean, from 2014 to 2018, and then stayed back on campus as a teaching and a research assistant for 2 years. And then after that, in 2020, I won the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. Before then, of course, I graduated as the overall best student in UDS in 2018. So I mean, it opened a lot of doors for me. but I was able to get the Erasmus Mundus fully funded scholarship to study in Europe for a double degree. So I moved to Germany in 2020, just after they opened the airports during COVID. I was one of the people who snuck my way out. And then so being in Germany, I after 1 year in Germany, I moved to Belgium to do some study abroad, came back to Germany, and after my master's, I did some work as more like an assistant professor in a university in Germany here. And now I'm doing my PhD in one of the agricultural institutions in Germany. So this is basically who I am.
Awesome. So what did you study at the UDS, and which campus were you?
So I studied BSc agribusiness,
Okay.
and I majored in agriculture and resource economics. And I was at the Nyankpala campus, which is close to Tamale, where most of the agricultural courses are offered. So yeah, that was where I was. Yeah.
Right. Walk us through, you know, what ignited your interest to want to study abroad, you are done with bachelor's degree, first class student. Probably you could have gotten a job. So
Yeah.
what actually, gingered you to want to say that I want to travel and study abroad?
Hmm. Yeah. If you can hear me. So this is you're taking me back a little bit, but
Right.
yeah, that's important. So I mean, when I moved to UDS in 2014,
Mm,
I started studying, started looking at the way things were going, and I felt like I needed more. I always wanted to get more. I wanted to get something extra.
right.
So during getting to the end of my bachelor's, I was like, I mean, if I could get the opportunity to travel abroad, because I felt like I could do more than I was doing. I
Mm,
had that internal urge to expand myself, to do more than I was doing. And I mean, I'm somebody who likes to watch a lot of foreign stuff, like I mean, read about a lot of foreign stuff. And I felt like this is something that I could get involved in.
okay.
So I when I finished, I was just looking for opportunity. I wanted to get out there and see what others are seeing. I mean,
Mm,
get to study in these prestigious universities, meet people that you only see on the academic papers or maybe see on television. Also explore outside Ghana, to see what's out there. So this basically was one of the things that pushed me to go out. I mean, like you said, first class students. I was offered the opportunity to stay back and then do
right.
my masters and all that, but I felt like I maybe it would just be the status quo, the same thing, the same lecturers and all that. So why don't I try something new? So yeah, the process of trying something new pushed me to look for opportunities out there. So
Right.
basically, that is it.
Right. So when it comes to the Erasmus scholarship, right?
Yeah,
For somebody hearing about it for the first time, you have been a beneficiary. There is a
yeah,
young guy in Tamale, UDS, watching you right now. How do
yeah.
you explain what is it? What is it about?
So the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, first of all, is a scholarship that is offered by the European Union. European Union being all the major European countries that have formed an association called the EU.
Right.
Um, so these people every year they put aside a part of their budget to sponsor people to study around the world. They have different packages, but the ones that are open for Africans are meant to attract the best and brightest from Africa to give them an experience in studying in Europe. So um, in Europe here, they already had the Erasmus,
Mm-hmm.
which had an aim of interconnecting students from different universities. So, for example, if you study in University of Reading in the UK,
Right.
you had the opportunity to come and study in University of Bonn in Germany for 3 months.
Right.
As part of that Erasmus thing,
Mhm.
and they try to use that as an opportunity to foster the kind of connection between the universities and the students and build that interconnection and all that. So they expanded it then to African countries and countries in our side to see how they could bring the brightest down here to Europe to also experience the education that they are having. So that is basically how it is. In terms of package, it's a fully funded scholarship. It's very prestigious. Huh? I can tell you that it's not because I'm a beneficiary, but it's one of the best scholarships you can
Yeah, I
ever
know.
get.
Yeah, it's one of the best scholarships you could ever get. Shout outs to my
Yes.
brother Ametus. He was my mate back in UCC, a very good brother. He had
Yeah.
a similar scholarship, so he had an opportunity to come to the US, got a visa, and got
Yeah.
the Erasmus scholarship. Rather decided to go for that one. So
Yeah.
I mean, we'll come to the package, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we like we've just started. So let's
Yeah,
get going.
sure, sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is basically what it is to bring people from all over the world, connect them in different universities. And like I said, it's also a way of expanding your connection. So, in the whole package, you don't study in one university. You know, you move around Europe, and you know, in the EU, we have that borderless travel. So, I mean, I live in Germany. I just need to book a flight to go to Spain. I don't need to do any visa stuff. I just pick the plane and I'm going on train. So that is also one of the reasons why they put that in to also cater for the academic side of things. So yeah,
There is a Dutch scholar called Desiderius Erasmus. That is
yes,
where this name comes from, and you
yes,
know, mundus is a Latin word which means world. So they picked the
hmm,
name Erasmus, and then they added world to it. So Erasmus mundus means
yeah,
Erasmus world. So that is
yeah,
where the scholarship stems from.
sure,
Let's talk about you know what qualification you need to have to be able to start this Erasmus Mundus application.
mm,
What documents should one? I'm done with a bachelor's degree. I'm
yeah,
from university, whichever university. What program should I study to qualify to apply one? And
hmm,
what documents do I need to put together?
okay. So there are a lot of programs that are covered by the Erasmus Mundus scholarship.
Mm,
So one thing they do is that because it is run by multiple universities, these universities form what we call a consortium,
right,
and that consortium comes out with a name. So the course that I studied, if I will use as an example, is agricultural, food, and environmental policy analysis,
right.
AFEPA. So that is the name of the course that was coined by the consortium that I studied under, which included the University of Bonn in Germany,
Mhm.
Université Catholique de Louvain in Belgium,
Right.
SLU, Agricultural University of Sweden, and then the UCSC in Italy. So these four universities come together, create that consortium, and then put the name there. So
Okay.
depending on the program that you are studying in KNUST, Legon, wherever, you will have to find a course that fits your background. So
Right.
let's say I studied agricultural economics.
Hmm.
Then when I finished, I went on to their consortium or the website and then said, okay, what programs are open for someone with agricultural economics background? And then
Right.
you find the courses. You look through, and then if you qualify, then you do the application. So your question is, I finished my bachelor's. Yes, you need your certificate, which is very important. You
Hmm.
need your transcripts, which is also very important. These two are very, very important. And then you need to go on their catalog. They have a
Right.
catalog which I can share with you. You go on the catalog and then you look for the programs that are in the domain that you want to study in,
Okay.
and then you do the application. So that's basically
All
how
right.
you go about it.
So does one have to start from applying for the scholarship or you apply to the school?
Good. So it's very easy. You don't need to apply to for admission in any school.
Hmm.
What happens is that these consortiums or these universities that have created the consortium they have a website. that serves all universities under that program.
Okay.
So you only apply to that program that covers all these universities. So in my case, there were four universities. So
Mm-hmm.
you apply for the program, and then when you are admitted, they will then decide where you start your first year.
Okay.
And then, I mean, when you get the admission to the program and the scholarship, the admission letter from various universities and
Mhm.
all that will then be given to you. So you don't have to apply to any university or anything. You just need to apply to the course, and then when you are taking, all the other things will be done for you. So no double application.
Right. If you're just joining us, I'm speaking with Freeman. Freeman is a beneficiary of the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship, one of the most comprehensive. It covers flight ticket, it covers accommodation, they'll pay you. You study in different universities and all that. So it's very lucrative. Now, the good thing is that if Freeman from UDS have been able to do it, you can also do it. So the
Yeah,
idea of the Study Abroad podcast is to invite individuals to share their experience with you, so that you know that some scholarships even exist. How do you apply for them? And
yeah,
then you stand a chance of also getting in as well, and understand that it is highly possible. My friend Ametus was a first class student, and you
yeah,
also mentioned you were a first class student. Does it mean
yes.
that only first class students are picked?
No. A colleague of mine, I was in the same UDS with him. We completed the same year. He didn't get a first class. He was a second class student.
Okay.
He still got a scholarship. Um, I mean, it depends. Some of the things can be compensated.
Right.
For example, you don't have a first class, you have a second class upper,
Hmm.
but you've done some internship, you've done some volunteering work, you are a research assistant, you've been involved in some community development things that you can prove.
Right.
Because sometimes some people just write that I was involved in this, and then you cannot prove that. And so, if you can prove these things, some of these things can push you up and even make you win it without having a first class. One other thing that I have to reveal to you is that some of the professors, we had interactions with them when we arrived,
Hmm.
and you'll be shocked that in some of the consortiums, they value the recommendation letter
Right.
that you get from your university
Hmm.
way ahead of your certificate and your transcript.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So
I
in the case of my friend, he started in Belgium. His professor mentioned that the first ranked document from your application is your
Mhm.
recommendation letter from your university.
I
So
see.
if they read it and they realize that it's a general recommendation letter, then perhaps you get a lower mark there. But if it is
Okay.
specific, which means that you had a direct relationship with the person writing to you, and the person can really vouch for you, and the person puts in things that they are sure that you really had an impact,
Mhm.
then it gives you a higher mark. So these are the dynamics that come in. Sometimes we feel like it's the certificate or the transcript, but
Mhm.
sometimes it doesn't work that way. So yeah, sometimes you don't need a first class. If you're able to get some things right, I guess you'll be able to get it. Yeah.
Let's talk about time and money. Very important resources when it comes to study abroad. How long
Yes.
does this process take?
So when they opened the catalog for applications around August,
Right.
August, September.
Hmm.
So they start accepting applications. Some even open around October. It depends on the program.
Right.
So if, let's say, they open today, you just need to apply today.
Okay.
And in my case, I didn't have to pay anything for application. You just needed to upload your documents and put in all the statements that were needed, and then submit. The
Hmm.
only thing that you have a hold up is when your recommendation letters are not uploaded by your supervisors in time. that
Right.
is that is where you can have a problem, because they will send a link to them for them to do it directly. You don't have to upload it yourself. So I mean, if you have everything, you can do it within 30 minutes. That's the application. And You don't have to pay anything. I heard some of the programs have started accepting application fee and all that, but so far this year I've helped some people to do the application, and none of them have paid any application fee. So no application fee. If you have all the documents, you should do it in 30 minutes.
Right. So, what website? Where should we start from? What's the website?
Good. So to start, you need to type what we call Erasmus catalog. Just
Okay.
type Erasmus catalog in Google.
Let me share my screen so I can
Yes.
I can go along with you. So if you're
Yes.
just tuning in, you're welcome. I'm speaking with an Erasmus Mundus scholar, Freeman, originally from Ghana and now enjoying the scholarship that you wish to enjoy. He's here to explain to us how he did it and how you can also do it. If you're just joining us, share this with someone so that that individual can join. Remember, every week we select one person who enjoys free mentorship to go through the process. But before we go to that, Freeman, because of your huge experience in this process, you have platforms that you educate people on how to go about this. I mentored a lot of people. Talk to us
Yeah.
about that.
Yes, so I also have a YouTube channel that I do this on some of the scholarships. I mean, mostly European scholarships, because sometimes we are very bent on the America and Canada ones that
Yeah,
we don't even know that there are even European scholarships. So my YouTube is the same name that you see there, Freeman Lamy. If you search me on YouTube,
yeah.
you'll find me. All my social media handles have the same name. So Facebook, I'm the same name, Freeman Lamy. YouTube, yes. Thank you very much, Fred, for that. So on YouTube, you can see that I have various scholarship videos that I've talked about Netherlands scholarships in Netherlands, in the UK, of course, in Canada and all the other places. So this is where what I also do is, because of labor shortages in Europe,
Right.
there are various governments that also implement ways to attract workers.
Okay.
Yeah, so I only go to the government websites where they actually put these things out. And one of them is the first video you see on the screen, the Luxembourg one, which is a video on an official website by the government that looks to attract workers as well. So I try to balance the study abroad and also the work abroad, mainly in Europe.
Right.
So yeah, if you can contact me in all those social media with the same name, and I'll respond. I'll respond to you.
All right. So
So
on
just kind
Facebook,
of,
it's Freeman Lamy. On
yeah.
YouTube, it's Freeman Yamin. So go to YouTube right now if you're watching us. We need to go across 2,000 subscribers. If you're watching us, we have more than almost 1,000 people watching us across our social media platforms. Go to YouTube and type Freeman Lamy and click on the subscribe button. Let us know in the comment section after you subscribe. Remember that if you click on the like button, you share and then you comment, you enter the draw, and we select one person every week for a free mentorship by
Yeah.
the Fred Effect team. Let's see, Freeman. Let's talk about, do you assist people, and how do you do it? How can people get in touch if they need assistance?
Yes. So for now, yeah, I'm doing my PhD, and of course, you can understand how it is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I assist people, but I do it when I have the time. So um, I mean, if just last week I edited various CVs and other things, and for now I do it for free. So because I just started, I mean, not so long ago, some few months ago. So I'm doing it currently for free. If you come in with your issue, especially if you want information on scholarships in Europe and all that, I'll be able to do that for you. I review various statement of purposes and blah blah blah. I
Mhm.
do that for free for now. And yeah, you can reach me on all those social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. They all have the same name, Freeman Lamy. So get in touch with me, and then I can, if you also need information, if you want us to schedule a call, mostly I can do the calls on weekends, so we can schedule a call, and then we talk about it. So yeah. That
So since
is that.
you've had opportunity to be in Europe, how many European countries have you been to so far?
Um, that's good. That's a good question. I've been to um almost all the EU countries,
Right.
almost all of them.
Yeah.
There,
And
there are
and
there are 26 of them, and
right.
I've been to almost all of them.
What is something that you didn't know, before you moved to Europe? For example, a lot of people think that to be in some of these European countries or to study there, you need to speak their language or understand their language or anything like that. What do you think are some of the misconceptions in terms of relocating to Europe? I don't want to mention a couple of things because of social media, but what were some of the things that you feel like this is what people thought. Now it's not like that.
Yeah. Firstly, if I could say the R word,
Yeah,
you will understand. Um, I mean, people thought when before I came, the history of Germany and all
yeah,
that. If you know the history of Germany, you know that a lot of things went on. But honestly, look, people are living their lives. Nobody
right.
gives a damn about you. If I could use that word, sorry.
Yeah, no, no, it's fine.
I mean, people are living their lives normally, So the stories we hear back home, this is here, this place is there. No, no, no. That's the first thing. Nobody cares about you. If you get up and you have something doing, nobody is going to ask for any documentation from you. I
Right,
mean, I am a testimony. I've been in Germany for almost 5 years. Nobody
right.
has ever stopped me. No authority has ever stopped me to ask for anything. So people will say, "Oh, you are black, you are this," but no, nobody cares about that. If you have
Mm,
something doing, you are going to earn the respect. If you heard in my intro, I told you that I worked partly as after my masters, I worked as an assistant professor in a university, and I
right,
was teaching. I was teaching undergraduate students. I was teaching master students, and it was normal. Nobody cared about. So far as you had the qualification, that was it. And that is the first thing. The second thing is the language. I can tell you that Europe has really, really gone far with the English language. So
I
you
see.
can you can survive with the English language.
Mm,
However, if you want to penetrate the market, you have to make a conscious effort to learn the language. And even me, I'm still learning the language. I'm still learning
right.
the German language. But I mean, it's a plus for you. It's a
Mm,
skill. If you're able to get an additional language, it's going to be a big skill for you. So I mean, for example, I had colleagues who stayed, we had a master's together in Germany. They studied the language, and when they went back to Ghana, they are now working in German companies in Ghana,
wow.
because they have that background. So, and they are earning good money. So, with
I-
that,
I-
you
If
get
I talk
really,
to if I talk to everyone, they
yeah,
seems to appreciate that the opportunity to study abroad was one of the best decisions they took.
yes.
What is your story? Would if given the opportunity, would you have done this again? What would you have done differently if we were supposed to be speaking with young Freeman?
Um, study abroad has really been something I've always wanted to do. So even far back after my high school, I already had a passport
Oh,
because
okay.
I yes, after my high school, I already had a passport because I always wanted to move out there.
I
And then I had
remember
to
I
do my
worked on application for someone, and
yeah.
then the person got admission and everything, and he was like, "I don't have a passport." I'm like, "Bro, if you don't have a
Charlie,
passport,
this
how
day
do
and
you travel?" You know, if you're listening to us, get a passport. I don't know if things are easier now to be able to get a passport. Sometimes,
yeah.
some people are like, I don't have anybody who is going to take me anywhere. Oh. So why
Yeah,
I will get passport?
yeah. Look, you have to have these things. Look,
Yeah.
anything can just buy at any time. Even if it is South Africa, go and visit. I mean, anything. Travel experience is very important, especially for Europe. If you are coming to Europe and you have travel experience, it really helps. So back to your question, I mean, it was something that I always wanted to do, and given the opportunity, I'll do it 200 times over because not because I'm living abroad. No,
Right.
but the things I've been open to,
Right.
the kind of things that I have seen, I have experienced, the people I have met.
Mhm.
I mean, even the professor student relationship, that one alone is like
Yeah,
an eye opener. You feel like you are so comfortable and you are able to express yourself.
yeah.
Able to express yourself. So, I mean, if I have the opportunity to study abroad, I will do it over and over and over again. Yeah.
Right. I'll do it over and over again, and I love the fact that this there's a huge generation of individuals who have had this opportunity to be
Mm.
exposed to the outside world through
Yeah.
education, and
Yeah.
are not gatekeeping, but
No.
sharing the ideas, information that there are certain names
Mm.
website that if somebody do not mention to you, you might
No.
probably search and will never find it you know
No.
so
No.
maybe you have some people you want to give shout outs to, but there are thousands of people. I have a whole WhatsApp group of content creators who are students, and
Yeah.
everybody is trying their best to bring their perspective, share their journey, their process. So shout outs to Ametus, Miss Hetty. There is I don't want to leave anybody out. Kingsford Onyina, shout outs to there are lots of them. I don't want to make I won't make sure I mention as many, but
Yeah.
I want you to also, if you know some people that people
Yeah.
should check out, that these people are creating content, and
Yeah.
so they have been through the process. Go check out their YouTube channel. Do you have some people like that?
Yeah, I mean yourself. I mean
Yeah,
you yourself, of course, is one of them, and of course the wonderful gesture that you helped with one of my students. I mean it was how it happened last year.
yeah,
I organized like a seminar for people, and he took up the opportunity, and then see he got he's currently
yeah,
in Oregon. I'm
sure,
so proud of him, and
yeah.
I never met him face to face,
Yeah. If you
and
are lost, we are
yeah.
talking about a student that myself and Freeman came together to support.
Yeah.
He had everything, full scholarship and stuff like that. Congratulations to him. And he
Yeah.
needed money for flight tickets. So Freeman took it upon himself. We collaborated. And this guy is in Oregon as we speak now. So we are talking about the impact that people are gaining from the content we are putting out there and still sharing, the information that we are privy to so that it will support you who want to do it.
Yeah, and look, nobody's these days. Nobody wants to gatekeep any information.
Exactly. Yeah.
I will be very proud if I am able to support so many people to
Mhm.
get the same thing that I have gotten. I mean, after all, it doesn't take anything from me.
Yeah.
It rather makes me happy because I cannot help these people with money. I don't have money, but
Exactly.
I can give you the information, and if you take up the for I mean many of my people in the north in UDS. I mean, sometimes it's very difficult to get the information like
Yeah.
down south. I've lived in both parts of the country, and
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. So I decided to do this so that at least if you are from UDS and you look at me, you see that I have done it. It means you can
Yeah.
also do it.
Exactly.
I mean, because when I came, I met all the people I meet from Ghana, okay, UST, from this, from that. And I'm like, look, we are also there. I mean, of course, we are a young university, but
Yeah.
you can also do it. And I am a living testimony. So if you are from a less privileged home or a less privileged background, you feel like, oh, no, no, no. Look at Peter Bewa. I
Yeah.
speak with him. I mean,
Awesome guy.
look at the beginning so you can do it. So take the initiative. Look, maybe just something small. What I observed, which I feel like we need to change as
Right.
Ghanaians, is that um, maybe it's changing. Of
Mhm.
course, you guys are doing well with it,
Yeah.
but we don't put in the effort. Many people are so lazy to do the action.
Yeah.
They want it cooked for you, but no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I've also helped Nigerian students, and I see the difference. I
Yeah.
don't want to do comparison, but I see the difference. Some of them are go-getters, and Ghanaians were a bit timid. So
Yeah.
we need to put up the strength there and then go get it. We need to go
Right.
get it.
Let's go to I want to start the Erasmus scholarship process.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
you mentioned that the first step is to go to Google, and I
Mhm.
want us to do it right away as we speak. So you go to
Yes.
Google and then you type
Erasmus Mundus catalog.
okay. So let me do that right away. And let's see. This is what happens. So where do I go next?
Um, okay. So the first thing, go down to the second link. Good, good. The second link, which is the 27 new. Good.
Okay. So in case you missed it, I'm going to do it again. I just made sure I I
Mhm.
I pasted it right away. But what he said was that you type Erasmus catalog.
Yes.
Then you go to the second link I'm seeing. It might be different from you said, but
Yeah, exactly.
27 new joint masters join Erasmus Mundus catalog. So I'm trying to open that. That's what you should do. So this
Yes.
website is the European Commission website, an official website of the European Union, and
Yeah.
this was published in 23rd February 2022, which was um very recent. And so what do I do next if I'm on this website?
So you go down, and they should show you a further link that you can use to get to the catalog. So
Okay,
you see
good.
down, you see the catalog there.
Yeah.
So if you
Okay.
go, if you move to the left side of the screen a bit, or the right side, depending on your, yeah, good, good. Zoom out. So you
Yeah.
see that they said the no. I want to read something. Go back a bit.
Okay.
Good. It says that there's newly selected programs to be added to the lists of Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters, making a total of more than 170
Program.
available programs.
Yeah.
Almost 127 million euros have been invested in these programs.
Wow.
So, with support from for over 2,000 scholarships for students from all over the world.
Oh, okay.
So you can imagine the amount of money and the programs. So there are so many programs. So you have to go in. So to go next, you need to click on that Erasmus Mundus catalog that is in blue,
Right.
and then it
I think
takes you.
I love the final sentence. During the 17 years of Erasmus Mundus. So the
Mhm.
program has existed for 17 years. Maybe
Yes,
you might be older than somebody listening to us right now. The
exactly,
scholarship
exactly.
you want to enjoy might be older than you. And then
Yeah.
more than 28,000 students from 195 countries have been awarded scholarships to study in 566 programs. This is interesting. All right.
Yeah.
So first of all, we googled Erasmus Mundus catalog. We click on the second link. It took us to this website. So depending on which you know
Which one
gadget you're
appears to
using.
you? Sure.
Yes. So we are going to click on this, the catalog itself, and then it will take us to the other website. Let's see. All right. So
Yes.
it opened in another. So this is what we see now.
Yes. So that is the page. So if you go down, that where to filter the programs is seen.
Okay.
Scroll down, 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 down. Good. So if you stay here, I can do some explanation. So first, you can search by keywords. If you're in agriculture, you can put agriculture there. You can
Okay.
select by countries, which I really don't worry about the countries. But if you feel like, oh, I really want to study in Germany, then you can
Mhm.
put a country there. But duration and credit and all that, leave that. The most important is the field of study. So if you click on the field of study, please do that. Then good. So if you go down, you see that there are different fields. So we have
Oh wow.
medicine, law, literature, physics, psychology, social science, information, environmental, economics, chemistry, agro, which is agriculture. So depending on your field, you
Mhm.
click you click on that, and then it will filter all the programs that are covered
In
in
that
that field.
field. Okay.
Exactly.
So for I'm trying to. So we have agro, which is agriculture. Is that correct?
Yes,
Art
exactly.
is here, chemistry, economic sciences, education, environmental and geosciences. Geo will mean geography, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, history, information science and engineering, information technology. What med means medicine.
Medicine.
Good. Law, life sciences, literature, mathematics, physics, political science, psychology. If somebody, some people think that if I have maybe a bachelor's in mathematics, it means that
Mhm.
necessarily I have to apply to master's in mathematics. If I
No.
don't see the specific name of my program here, what do you suggest I do?
Yes, so you look for the nearest one. Some of the names, of course, will not be the same as the ones you have in Ghana. So
Exactly.
you don't have this thing. I have always wanted to bang it into people's heads.
Yeah.
You don't have to apply to a master's program with the same name as your bachelor's.
Yeah.
No, every university or institution or country have different nomenclature.
Okay.
So you look through, find the domain, and then look for a program that is closer to yours.
Awesome. So, in your case, did you find a specific one here that you clicked on, or you found something related?
Yes,
About agri.
so I went to the agro part because I
Okay.
was in the agriculture sector. So I looked at
Mhm.
the agro, and then I then filtered. So if you go up, then you realize that it filters to, I think there's a place to apply filter
Yeah.
down there.
Um, let's see. So there's close, clear.
No, I think close. If you click on close,
So you want me
good.
to click on clear or
Close. You should click
close?
on the close,
All right,
close,
and then
then search.
search. Yes. All right.
Good.
So we have
So
plant health, European master's degree in plant health in sustainable cropping systems.
exactly. So in the domain of agriculture,
Mhm.
currently this is the one that is open.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, there are several. I mean, and every year they add new programs. So
Okay.
it doesn't mean that there may not be any other program in that domain. So for example, this is what is in agriculture. We
Mhm.
can You can click on it and then we'll see what it tells us.
Right.
Good. So I told you that it is not usually a university; it's a consortium.
Right.
So this is the Erasmus Mundus in plant health, and when you go down a bit, it explains everything that you need to know,
Okay.
all the information that is there, the mobility, study in two different countries. So here you can see that Spain, Italy, France, Germany, and are the main university, the main countries that you will be studying in.
Right. Right.
And then yeah, so this is the website of the program. So
Right.
if you want to know more, if you look at the menu bar up there, there is the apply, all the program, about everything that you need to know is on this website.
Great.
And
So
then
you can read more, and of course, if you are in a different field, so we'll come back to that, Greg. So you have to simply go to apply now, and
Mhm.
then you start with your application. Is that the case?
Exactly. It's very
Good.
simple. You go to the application, they explain to you the eligibility criteria.
Mhm.
You do the application online, you upload all your documents, and that's it. There's
Oh,
no
okay.
complex thing about it.
Oh, awesome. So
Yeah.
when there's guidelines here, you can
Yes.
download the application
Guide.
guidelines so
Yeah.
that you have an idea how to go about the application and all that.
Yes.
And I love what is here, documentation required. So it means that the document may be different from one program to another. So if we selected law, probably
Mhm.
the requirements for that will be different from we are selecting agriculture, right?
Exactly, exactly. They are different requirements, and so you have to really check and read what is required.
Hmm.
So you have to always go through the whole page and understand. There is an email there. Is there's If there's something you don't understand, you can email them, and then they will reply to you. Some of them have other forms of application. Some of them also require interviews. Um, which will all be explained to you on this page.
Right.
So you have to read and then, yeah, decide or do the application based on the requirement.
Right. So it for now this says that the call for applications is now closed, which means it's a
Yes,
deadline. All right. So
yes.
let's see if we can choose another program. So we
Go
come
back to
back
the first one.
to the filter and
Yeah,
see. Let's go to maybe IT. A lot of guys want IT now, information
yes,
technology. So we
yes.
select information technology, we close it, and then we
Yeah, and
come
then
up here.
we search first.
Exactly.
Close this.
All right. So we have a lot in terms of the IT. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have communication engineering and data science,
Hmm.
joint masters in imaging. Okay, so let's click on the first one. It's about 18.
Yeah.
Remember when we filtered a Greek, we got one, but in
Yeah.
information technology, there are about 18 of them now. All
Yeah.
right. So let's click on the first one. Let's see what happens.
Good. So this is also the page for the program, and
Okay.
all the information that you need is there.
Oh, that doesn't mean that the process that somebody who wants to apply for law will go through might be different from someone with education background.
Yeah. So, I mean, you all go through this catalog and then it
Mhm.
takes you to the website. So, the website would then tell you how to do the application. But generally, the application is mostly same. I mean, you just need to do the online upload of your documents and then fill in all the information that is needed. That is
Okay.
mostly what you need to do. I don't see it, but some of the statements can be different these days. They don't just require one statement.
Mhm.
They ask you several statements for you to fill in. They ask you certain practical questions to answer, especially if it is IT. They might ask you like maybe some coding that you've done or something. I mean, the requirements can be different, because in this era of AI, they are trying to weed out production of words.
Yeah.
So they try to add some practical stuff. So you have to go through that. And interestingly, or you should know that every year the requirements are updated. So you have to click on the link, go to the website, read all the information that is needed, and
Right.
then you'll be able to do the application. But generally, very straightforward application.
Awesome. This one says applications period were from 4th December to January 10th. That was a whole 10-month window. Now,
Yeah.
if I am aiming, so it means that in terms of this year, applications
Mhm.
has already been submitted and most deadlines are up. My
Yes.
question is that does every program or every catalog has its specific deadlines?
Yes. So yeah, that is how it is.
Mhm.
Not so every catalog, or I mean every consortium
Yeah,
has
every
its
consortium.
deadline.
That's the right word to use. Yeah.
Yes, every consortium has its deadline.
Right.
So some start, but generally the admissions generally begin September, end of September, and then end in February.
Okay.
So you should target that window.
Right. So if I have this on my plate that I've currently graduated from school, I want to
Mhm.
put my document together so that I can start applying to schools, applying for scholarship.
Yes.
As I am waiting for the next window, what should I
Mhm.
do?
You can the links the websites that you just showed right now
Mhm.
are always online.
Right.
What can you do? I first need to go to that website, to the pro or the website of the program that I am interested in.
Right.
Read all the requirements and make
Mm.
sure that you start to prepare your documents in that line.
Mhm.
Also, you can email the consortium to ask them if there are any new things that are coming up that you should prepare towards. If there's
Okay.
anything that you can link up, some of them can link you up to students that are already
In there.
studying in there from your country.
Okay.
Because interestingly, even after leaving the university for so many years, they
Mm.
still have our emails and they email us from time to time.
Right.
So they can link you up to with students that are from your country for
Mhm.
you to exchange some information and all that. So basically, go to the website, read all that you need to know, and prepare yourself towards it, so that immediately they open the following window, you'll be one of the first people to apply.
Immediately they open the next window, you'll be the first, one of the first people to apply. I'm speaking with Freeman, and he's sharing a very juicy scholarship experience with us. And the fact that somebody who is from where you are have been able to get such a scholarship, it means you can also do it.
Yes.
People studying abroad are not very special from you. You understand? You
Mm.
just
That's
need the
true.
information on how to do it, and that's what we do on the Study Abroad podcast. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. We'll be reading and responding to them later on. I will share the link so that you can join us in the studio and talk to Freeman one on one. So I know there are some applications that could take 5 minutes, 30 minutes to complete. How
Yes.
long does, comparatively, if you're supposed to dedicate some time to work on this process, you talk about multiple essays. How long that can it take? Can I do it at a certain? Do I have to do it log in, log out, and come again? You know, how does it go?
If you're able to go through all the requirements and then prepare them beforehand, it should take you about 15 minutes to finish the application.
Oh, really?
Yes, because you have all the information that is required, and they always put all the things you require in the on the website that you
Mhm.
just looked at. So they will tell
Right.
you everything before you log in. So you fine. But if you don't have and you have to go in and come out, then maybe it can take you a long time. Personally, it took me about 30 minutes to finish my application.
Hmm.
But what delayed me was the recommendation from the supervisor. I had to keep reminding them,
Okay.
keep reminding them, and then they will do they did the uploading. So if you have all the documents, it shouldn't take you more than 50 minutes to do that. It
Right.
shouldn't. Yeah.
So the application requires that you put in the details of the recommenders. They will send a notification to them in your email,
Yes.
and they will recommend you. It doesn't
Exactly.
allow you to upload a soft copy of a recommendation.
In my experience and with the ones that I've just helped this year, no,
Mm.
they want it to be from your supervisor or the person recommending you directly.
Usually, how many recommendations are required?
Mostly two.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome.
Mm,
Let's move on. At which stage of this process? So it means that if I go through this catalog and I want to submit my application, there is nothing I have to pay. Correct?
no, you don't
Good.
have to pay
At
anything.
what stage is money involved in this process?
Okay, so the scholarship is a fully funded scholarship.
Hmm.
Everything is paid for. And I must mention that in Germany, public universities are tuition free.
Okay.
So we don't pay tuition in public universities in Germany,
Hmm.
and they are very good, world-class universities. The only thing is how to fend for yourself. That is the
Okay.
main thing about Germany. So the scholarships will offer you the package would include a tuition fee if you are studying in a university that requires tuition fee,
Hmm.
and then your monthly stipend.
Hmm.
That is fine. Some institutions in other countries, for example, Czech Republic or maybe Spain,
Right.
require some tuition fee or admission fee.
Hmm.
Some of them might require you to pay beforehand, but rest assured, this money will be given back to you.
Oh, okay.
So in this whole process, you are not supposed to spend anything.
Right.
However, when you get the scholarship, and I'm using mine as an example,
Okay.
when I got the scholarship, I had to pre-finance certain things before I come into Germany.
Right.
Before they give you the money, you have to sign the student agreement,
Hmm.
and that will not be transmitted online. You have to physically sign it.
Okay.
So they give you the scholarship. The next thing I had to do was apply for a visa to Germany,
Okay.
and the application of the visa and all that was borne on me. But interestingly, because the Erasmus Mundus scholarship is by the European Commission,
Hmm.
students who have scholarships from that commission do not pay visa fees.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So the visa fee of I think 75 euros in Germany, a German embassy,
Hmm.
you are not supposed to pay. So as a scholar, you don't pay. And when I was applying for my visa in 2020, we
Hmm.
had priority list for scholarship holders. So
Now,
and
hold on. So
yeah,
you travel from Ghana to go sign the scholarship and come back, or how does it work?
good. So when you get a scholarship, they send you all the admission and scholarship letter and
Mhm.
everything showing that they are going to sponsor you.
Right.
These documents are what you use to secure the visa,
Okay.
and the embassies already know about them.
Mm.
Because immediately you get the scholarship, your name is transmitted directly to the embassy in your country.
Okay.
So before you get there, they already know that you are going to come for a visa.
Right.
So when you get there, they do the process, especially if you have a scholarship for German embassy.
Mm.
You don't even go through your interview is just like a 2 minutes thing.
So there's
and
an
then
actual visa, in-person visa interview for a German visa.
yes, you go
Okay.
in. You first you submit your documents and everything, but
Mm.
the D day you go, and then they ask you some questions.
Okay.
Mostly, the more questions are asked for those who are self-funding themselves. But the scholarship, in my experience, it takes just about 2 to 5 minutes, and you are done. So
Right.
when you get the visa, you book a flight, born on your own self. Then you get to Germany. So when you get to Germany, you sign the student agreement, you open a bank account, and all the money that you have spent. I mean, they don't give you according to what you spend, they have a lump sum. So in my year, I had a lump sum of 3,000 euros for travel expenses.
Mm.
You get also 1,000 for arrival bonus, and then 1,000 every month as your stipend,
Oh,
all
okay.
in euros. And you are also giving priority to student accommodation, which are usually very cheap compared to the um, the open ones. So these are some of the things that. So in terms of money, of course, you pre-finance certain things, but you shouldn't worry about those. Those are not there. You will get them all back. Yeah.
Right. That's awesome. So if somebody is preparing for this, what were some of the things that made you successful? Was it maybe your first class, the essays you wrote, your application, your recommendation? What made you stand out? What do you think? Because I know a couple of people too get denied and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what made you stand out?
So when I arrived in Germany in my second year in Belgium, I interacted with a professor who reviews the applications.
Right.
And look, no matter what we do, I'm sure that we all believe in God. But
Right.
you see, grace works very well. And this is why I'm saying so. In our second year, applications from Africa came in. So I was in a class with a Nigerian. And then the professor came and asked, one professor came and asked that, do we know anybody who is applying for the scholarship this year that
Wow.
wants to also come and study like us? Do we know some personally that we want to recommend? Like playfully. And they were like, oh, I didn't know anybody, honestly.
Mm, mm.
Then the Nigerian guy knew two people. So I was like, oh, I know this person personally, and then I know this other person. I don't even though not personally, but I know the person. And he was like, okay, no problem. When the results came in, the guy he knew personally got the scholarship.
I feel goosebumps. So here's the thing. I
Yeah.
think that people who go somewhere leave
Mhm.
very good impressions over there.
Yes.
They
Yes.
want recommendations from you. If you are listening to us, may somebody mention your name
Your
in a
name.
room where you will get help.
Oh,
You know,
amen.
yeah,
Amen.
like you see what you just said. I was discussing this with somebody yesterday that sometimes if somebody, just a friend, just somebody should just write your name somewhere, mention your
Yeah.
name in a
Yeah.
certain enclosure, in a certain room, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Wow, wow,
Yeah, so he just mentioned, and I believe is because of the kind of reputation that we've left behind.
exactly, exactly. So
So it feels like,
if you are going to recommend such a person, then automatically that person is good.
yeah.
You know,
I'm like, no, and look, let me tell you interestingly, I was the first person from UDS to get that program. So when I even came in, he was like, oh, your university is it Legon or KNUSA? I said UDS. And I was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I'm the first to be like, wow. Because he gets more of his applications from Legon and Tech, you know. And
yeah,
and then when he was like UDS, and then interestingly, Fred, then the 2 years after I had left, the next person who got from Ghana was from UDS.
wow,
And
wow,
he just finished his masters. I've been speaking with him. He's currently working in Fair Trade International in Germany
wow,
here as a data analyst,
wow,
one of the big companies here. So
right.
people are taking up the advantage. People are doing it. You have to try. If you try,
And
like you said,
especially because it's free.
Mhm.
if there's no involved,
No,
application fee involved, people have
no.
done it. Get them to review your application for you, and then you're good to go. To be honest with you, this is one of the most juicy scholarship. It covers your
Yes,
flight ticket, accommodation,
everything.
and everything is being covered. Now, Freeman, what a lot of people want to know, and you have been through it. Now,
Yeah.
after my program, do I
Mhm.
get to stay and work? Do I have to come to my home country? Is there some restrictions that okay, once I get a scholarship, then I have to go back to how is it?
So before I get there, I need to add this. The catalog that we went through, you saw that there
Right,
were so many programs.
right.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, you are only allowed to apply for 3 courses.
Okay, okay,
You cannot apply more than three.
okay, okay.
So don't apply more than. If you apply more than three, you can automatically be deleted.
Okay, I see.
So make sure that you apply for only three. That is something I need to really add, so that you can. And then your question was, can you please remind me again? I was just
Yeah,
reading some
I
of
was
the
no, I
comments.
wanted to find out if you finish enjoying the
Oh
scholarship.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, what next?
So interestingly, in Germany, if you study in Germany
Mm,
and then you complete either a bachelor's or a master's,
right.
you are given 1 year, 6 months to stay in the country and look for a job.
Okay.
So you are given a 1 year, 6 months resident permit
Hmm.
to stay in the country and look for a job. And within that period, y- when you get a job, then you are given a work permit, and that's it.
Oh, I see. I see.
In other parts of Europe, they also have different packages, but
Right.
Germany is one of the best places for that. Currently, the to get a German citizenship, you need to be working in the country for 5 years,
Okay.
and after 5 years, you can apply for the citizenship.
I see. So this work permit after your masters can moving you into a citizenship role.
Yes, so this work permit that you get, depending on the duration of your job,
Mm,
when immediately whilst you are working, immediately you just clock 5 years. You can put in your application, and then that's it. Um, there are also various options available, but this is one of the main ways to secure yourself here. One other beautiful thing is that because you are in one of the EU countries and you
mm.
have schooled in one of the EU countries, you are allowed to explore the job market of all the other 20 something EU countries.
Wow.
So I know someone currently, a close friend of mine, the Nigerian guy I just mentioned, he's working in Luxembourg now in one of the biggest financial institutions. So he decided to explore other places and he got a job, and then you easily move.
I-
So you have, I mean, you can study in Germany and get a job in Spain or Portugal or Sweden or Denmark, and then you are gone. So this is an opportunity that you can take up.
It's
Yeah.
been an eye-opening conversation with my brother Freeman here. Maybe you've heard people talk about Erasmus Mundus scholarship, Erasmus Mundus scholarship. I don't think there has been a very layman explanation of how the scholarship work than what we have provided in this video. let's
Yeah.
let's pick some comments, and thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We know sometimes data is expensive, stuff like that. For you to spend time, and even today we didn't start early, stuff like that, for you to spend time to
Yeah.
watch such
Really
valuable
appreciate that.
content and apply it to your life. Sometimes it might not be you, it might be your sister. I speak with a couple of people who go like, okay, I watch a video and then I recommended my sister, I recommended my brother. We can help ourselves. In these days I feel like there are more opportunities on earth than there is human beings on this earth. So
Exactly.
there's a lot of opportunities. If you open your arms, if you open your eyes, you'll be able to see them. People are getting these opportunities day in, day out. And the good thing is, people who have enjoyed what you want to enjoy, not gatekeeping and trying to
Mhm.
show you the way, explain the path to you so you can walk through. If we went through some challenges, and I was going to ask you that, it doesn't mean that you coming should go through the same challenge. So,
Yeah.
for example, if when I was coming to the US, I had a challenge, airport pickup, stuff like that. if you are coming, I'll make it smoother for you. And that's how we
Exactly.
clear the path for our brothers and sisters. We can
Exactly.
help ourselves, right?
Yes.
Whatever
Yes.
be the case, this scholarship is being set up by human being. Human beings
Mhm.
have to apply. It's human being that review it. You're also a human being. Please put in the application.
Yes.
It's no rocket science, you know. Just take the opportunity. You will not be in your room for the scholarship to come to you. If you
Yes.
have a scholarship, that is not it. Put in the work. It will pay off. Anyway, so let's make some comments and then we get going. So somebody is asking about what is the name of the website. So remember, this video will still be live across all the Fred Effect social media platforms. We are also live on Freeman's Facebook page. So we explained step by step in a layman's view how you should start it. We googled the name, Erasmus catalog. So go and watch the video. I don't want to repeat it. Go and watch the video if you join us late, and we explain step by step on how you can do it. Can you send or come along with a dependent? Okay, that's a good question. Emmanuel Gate is asking that, when you win the scholarship, can you come with a dependent?
Honestly, it's going to be difficult. I mean, I don't know if they have changed certain conditions, but at my during my time, there was no opportunity for a dependent.
Right.
So maybe you are coming with a dependent, but you have to sponsor the person. So maybe that might be possible, but
Mhm.
for for what I know, no.
Okay, so Evans is also asking. Evans is watching us on YouTube. Shout out to you, Evans. How long does the program last?
2 years.
Okay. I think we responded to this, but someone is asking that please, can second class students apply, and is it
Yes.
for first class students alone? Freeman responded to that.
Second class can apply.
Shout outs to Na Ajoko Amwakute Etei. Maybe I'm pronouncing the name right. Well,
Okay.
I hopefully you get selected today. Keep your
Yes.
comments coming in. Um, so Van Adu, we explain, step by step. So we didn't put out a website. So what we
Mm.
did was to explain from Google how you should Google, what name you should Google. So check out the video again. What is the
Maybe I just put in a word. So
okay?
I have a video that I explain step by step on my channel that
Yeah.
you shared. So maybe you can share the channel again for them. I have a video specifically on how to a step by step on how to do the application for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So they can check that out. Yeah.
And the name of the YouTube channel is Freeman
Love it.
Lamin, Freeman. Then so I'm going to share the channel again. This is one
Yeah.
man production, so sometimes
Yes.
you
Thank you
know
so much. Yeah.
yeah, I have to be uh, okay. Great. This here we go. So
Mm.
this is the YouTube channel, and what specific video, bro?
So if you go to the videos, there's one, I think one of the first videos. So go down, 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 down.
Okay, so then let me filter and see all this.
Oh, there's good. The first one. So you see how to win Erasmus Mundus scholarship, step
Yeah.
by step guide. That's the first one.
And sometimes if somebody has traveled to Tamale before, they are
Yeah.
the best people to tell you the route to use, right? So yeah, the person has enjoyed the scholarship. The person has
Yeah.
applied. It's not
Yeah.
as if somebody did it for him. He
No.
applied. He has enjoyed the scholarship. He's living
Yeah.
the dream, and he's
Yes.
telling you that, my brother, this is how it can be done. Yeah, I mean, it
Yes.
never gets better than this, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
check out the Freeman Lamin YouTube channel. Check out the videos. It will be very insightful. And
Yeah.
you can follow step by step. Of course, he's ready to help. And
Yeah.
Freeman, repeat how people can get in touch with you as well.
So yeah, firstly the YouTube channel Freeman Lamy, Freeman and Lamy Lami. That is the same name I have on all other social media platforms. So Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, which is Twitter. I have the same name everywhere. So just type Freeman Lamy. You see my photo there, and then DM me. I'll respond. Please be patient if I don't respond immediately, but
Yeah.
I will definitely respond because even sometimes I go to my spam respond to questions. So
Yeah.
I take time to respond. So subscribe to the channel, of course. Facebook, I'm also there. You can follow me on Facebook. You can DM me on Facebook, Instagram, the same name. So Freeman Lamy, and then you'll be able to ask me any question that you have. So yeah, you can
All
find
right.
me on all the platforms. Yeah.
So Freeman, I'll be showing the rest of the questions, and then you
Sure,
read them
sure,
and you respond to them.
sure. So undergraduates, there are various scholarships, but mostly undergraduate have limited scholarships in Germany. For Erasmus, it doesn't cover undergraduates, but yeah, maybe some personal scholarships or some university scholarships, but mostly they are not full scholarships. So maybe they give you partial scholarship and then you cover the rest. So undergraduate is not really yeah, covered here.
All right. So some programs are asking for language tests. So
Yes.
IELTS, TOEFL, is that required?
Yes, I wrote the IELTS in
Okay.
2019. So I wrote IELTS and I included it. If you have IELTS, if you can write the IELTS, I will highly recommend that you write the IELTS
Mhm.
because it gives you a bit of, yeah, an upper hand. I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So
it
uh,
helps.
is there a certain limit or maybe a certain score somebody should aim at if they want to increase their chances of winning the scholarship?
Yeah, get seven with no other place less than 6 or 6.5. You are
Awesome.
good to go.
All right. We have a couple of questions coming in. Of course, I'm
Yeah,
going to share the link so that you can join us, talk to Freeman 101. If you have any questions, we are here. These are two great minds combining to respond to your questions. We've been through the process and we are happy to help you do that.
yeah.
Okay, so Wilson, shout outs to Wilson watching us on Facebook. Please, he said you must apply for only 3 programs. I applied to 4 without knowing. How do I
Eh,
terminate one application?
hmm.
Wilson,
This
Wilson wants
is
to shout out to Wilson, man.
this is a very difficult question because I don't know how you're going to terminate one. If
Mm,
there is a possibility to withdraw your application from the same process that you applied, I recommend that you withdraw one. Mhm. I highly recommend that you withdraw one because you have to apply for maximum three. And unless they've changed the law that I don't know, but as far as I know, you have to apply for three.
Shout outs to Ozioma. Ozioma is watching us on YouTube. Ozioma, get in touch with me. Congrats on your admission. Get in touch with me. Let's see how best we can assist you. Please. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to sieve through the questions. It's not everything that I want to show. Okay. So, how long does it take if you put in the application to get a response? What are the timelines? So, the one that we checked out, the deadline was recently January 10th. So,
Yeah.
if the applications have been put in, what should applicants do? What should they expect, bro?
So the same website that we looked at, some of them would specify when you will hear from them. So assuming this one ended in general on January 10, so maybe around March, April, you should hear from them so that they give you ample time to apply for visa. So approximately 2 months after the deadline, you should already be hearing from them. Yeah.
Right. So, whilst waiting, because there will be communication on the next step, and you have been through the next step. Whilst waiting,
Yes.
what are some of the preparation people can put in?
Yes. So whilst waiting, you can already start looking at the visa requirements for the various the countries that are listed as part of your consortium. So
Right.
for me, I had Germany, Belgium, Italy, and then Sweden.
Mhm.
So I already started looking at the visa requirements, student visa requirements, and how to apply for visa to these countries. So immediately it comes in, and then they tell you your first university or your first year is going to be in Germany. Then I
Okay.
already know how to apply for German visa, and then that's it. So that's one of the things that you should already be doing.
Yeah, and that's something we didn't talk about. That you can, unlike some programs that you have to be in one country, in terms of the Erasmus Mundus, it gives you opportunity to have part of the program in one country, move to another country to continue. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, one thing, because because it's also in the EU, one visa can take you to to all those other countries. So,
Exactly.
and you, of course, you have to move unless there's a
Mhm.
problem, but you have to move. So if you come through Germany, I came to Germany, and going to Belgium, you just needed to reapply for either a short visa, or you can just move in and move out at any time. So that visa thing is not a problem at all.
Right.
There's not a
So if
problem.
somebody has a master's degree already, and
Mm.
that's the question of Junior. Junior, thanks, and shout outs to you. So if somebody have a master's degree already, can they apply, which is a second master's?
Yeah, you may not be prioritized. You may not be prioritized because they are looking for people who haven't gotten a master's before, unless maybe you are applying with your undergraduates, and
Mm,
then I don't know how it is. I've not encountered that situation, but
right.
yeah, let's see.
And in terms of, you having the bachelor's degree,
Mm.
would you be able to advise if the person is not within, you mentioned about related program, if there is
Mhm.
no um specific program in the catalog,
Yeah.
would you be able to advise what program someone should go for, and how do they tilt their essays to suit that program even though they don't have a background
Yeah, so yeah, it's you first you have to look for a program that is in your background.
in?
If you don't get a program that is in your background, you can look for a similar one. But one thing that they look at is the courses that you have studied before coming to do the
Yeah.
masters. If there are two people apply and then there's someone who has more courses or more
Mm,
background in it, you would all bear with me that they might prioritize that person. So yeah, it's sometimes frustrating that you can't find exactly the program you want to do, but if you are able to adjust yourself and then maybe explain in your statement of purpose that you want to explore other opportunities outside your domain, and you felt like in the changing world, for example, you did some computer science or something and you want to do some
yeah.
IT, you say that, oh, in the changing world you feel like this is the way to go, and you want to explore that opportunity, you might get in. So depends on how you craft yourself. Yeah.
Right. During your time, how many essays were required?
During my time, only one was required. Only
Oh,
one.
okay.
And it was only 250 words or so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any tips on how to write that?
First of all, don't exceed the word limit.
Mm,
Second of all, go straight to the point. Don't explain anything about your family. Just tell them what. Especially mine, I just told them that as a student from this, I always had a dream of doing this, and this is why I studied my undergraduate in this. And with this masters, I want to research in this, and at the end, this is what I want to use the masters to do. Simple.
oh, okay. Okay.
And
Let's
that
see.
was
Right. Let's see if we can get some guests in and then respond to their questions as well. I'm going to share the link on the various social media platforms. Please use that to join us, and then we'll be happy to respond to your questions. But what was challenging for you to adapt to? Was it the weather? Was it their food? What was challenging for you in the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, challenging. I mean, of course, the language was a thing because in
Right.
Germany we speak English, so you have to learn the German language because that is what they use for everything,
Hmm.
transportation, everything. So that was one of the challenges, which of course still a challenge, but we
Yeah.
are pulling up. But yeah, so many other things, and I feel like Ghana maybe is changing,
Hmm.
but Ghana we are taught to a bit timid, or is timid the right language? We are not expressive. We
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
express ourselves. We don't
Exactly.
express our opinions, and especially if you are talking to a professor, like, hey, professor, professor. Nobody is called professor here. You have to call
Yeah.
them by their name. So
Right.
sometimes these things are things that you adapt yourself, but yeah, I mean, these are things that are normal, and then you get to know them, and you realize that here, in Europe here, public transport is a big thing, unlike the
Right.
US where some places you have to use your car and all that.
Mhm.
So here, public transport is really a big thing, and good that if you are a student, your public transportation is catered for. You don't have to pay, so it's also a big thing. So yeah, a lot of
What are
benefits.
some of the surviving strategies that you would you would recommend to anybody coming in?
So one of the things I did was when I first arrived, I had a friend, a former classmate who had already studied in Italy.
Right.
So I called him and I was like, okay, bro, I'm in Germany. I don't know all the system. Tell me what happens. And then he
Yeah.
told me, okay, I mean, in terms of studying, you don't have to wait till the end of the semester. Sometimes the courses don't even have exams. You have to write a paper.
Mhm.
So they want to see your intelligence. And that
Yeah.
is where you need to explore yourself. So, and don't be timid. Ask any question. No question is stupid. So he really took me through and that helped me a lot. So it's if you know somebody and bro, you are doing a fantastic job. You
Thank you.
tell all these things on your channel. So when you are new, it's good to learn all these things so that you can survive in the system. But once you go through, I'm sure you'll be fine. Yeah.
I've personally enjoyed this conversation. Mostly the conversation is for people watching us to enjoy. Personally, I am learning a lot, and I've really enjoyed this conversation. I don't know
Yeah.
how many minutes you still have for us, but there are people who want
Yeah,
to
I'm
come
fine.
on
I'm
ask
fine. I'm fine.
questions.
I'm fine.
Um,
Today's Saturday, so
Hamad, if you want to join us, you would have to put on your video to talk to Mr. Freeman. Hamad, please put on your video if you can hear me, and then you unmute your microphone. Let your question go in for. Okay. So I shared the link on the various social media platforms. You can click on it. It sends you directly to the studio, and then you can ask your questions. If you want to put your questions in the comment section, we'll be reading them. And as you do that, you automatically join the draw, and at the end of the session, we select one person who we are going to assist. Hamad, please unmute your microphone. Talk to Mr. Freeman.
Okay. Hello, Tim. Please can you hear me?
yes.
Hi, Freeman. Good evening.
Yes.
I was one of your students back in UPS. Yeah. This is
Oh, nice.
my
Nice. Nice.
back when I was in school. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I have a question. It's not in regards to this particular scholarship. I don't know whether I can proceed. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I've been on this study abroad journey, applying for schools, and then applied to about like 15 schools so far, and I've had some decisions. And I wanted to ask some questions. I've had admission to Illinois Tech with about 30% scholarship for business analytics. I
Which
wanted
is
to,
about $27,000, right?
yes,
Bro, we've
yes.
been in this space. Immediately you say it, we know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Exactly.
I have a friend. I have a student who has $14,000 with the same university, so we might have to
Mm,
talk also.
exactly. So I wanted to know whether there are some concrete steps I can take or questions or emails that I can send to ensure that maybe they can increase my scholarship package in the subsequent time that I'm in.
Okay, I think Fred, you have to take this question.
Okay, no
So
problem. So
yeah,
this is what happened. First of all, congrats on the admission. I know you didn't pay application fee, you applied for free. Shout out to you.
yeah.
And congrats on the scholarship as well. So understand that mostly some of these scholarships, because they are automatic, departments have what we call the graduate assistantship opportunities you need to explore. So this is the first admission. Email the head of the department of your program. Now, normally your admission letter will be sent by the graduate head. Every school, there's a graduate admissions office, there's an undergraduate admissions office. Now, the graduate admissions office head sent you the admission letter, but your department that you so the admissions head oversees all the graduate programs, computer science, information technology, economics, whatever. So your department has faculty members. Among the faculty members, there's somebody who is a director of that specific program, where that is where you're going to study. So those are the people that you would really be known to in your department. Email that person, express gratitude for being considered for the admission, and then you thank them for also giving you that fair scholarship. And you ask two questions. are there graduate assistantship opportunities in the department that you can apply for? Now, one, will you automatically be considered? If so, when? Two, is there a link or an interview or a form you need to complete to be considered for that scholarship? So they will let you know, one, if do they have such departmental scholarships. If they do, they will let you know. Now let's put that aside. Now, apart from that, are there any other, institutional, the entire school, are there some other scholarships you can apply for? Some universities have what we call the employment website, where every assistantship is posted there. So in my first school, my assistantship came from my department. In my second school, my assistantship came from a non-academic department, which I applied after I got admission. So my second school, it came with no scholarship. It was after a month that I got a scholarship from a different department. So I was in the MPA department, but I was working for the transportation center. Do you get my point? So, you can visit that website and start and apply as well. So it's great that you have admission. We are in February, and this admission is in, you are starting school in August. You have a lot of time to work on the scholarship, to work on the visa process and all that. So congrats, bro. I'm happy for you.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you very much for the
Congrats.
and thank you
All right.
very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have Joshua. Okay, Joshua, your connection. Let's talk to Abigail. Hi, Abigail Opon. Hi, Abigail. Okay. Is it Abigail's network? Abigail is not able to join. Hello, Abigail. Let's see if we can pick another person. All right, Abigail is finding it difficult to.
Yeah.
Did you want to add something for our brother?
No, I really appreciated that question because I have a student who
Mm.
also got the 14,000 from
Oh,
Illinois
okay.
Tech, and I really appreciate it. I'll just send the video to her so that she can also do the same thing. Yeah.
Lukman, salam alaikum. Lukman, salam alaikum.
Lukman's network.
Oh man, look, man. The network. Lukman, your connection. Salam
Hello.
alaikum.
Hello.
Walaikum salam, Fred. Can
How
you
you
hear
doing,
me?
sir? Yeah, I
Yeah,
can hear you.
hello.
Talk to Mr. Freeman.
Yes,
Hello.
talk to me. Talk to me.
Okay. So like you rightly mentioned, I'm Lukman. I'm from Tamale actually, and I did an HND with Sunyani Technical University and in purchasing and supply, and then I have also studied my undergrad with KNUST. Now I'm speaking to one um, director of research in the University of California, and where I showed interest in research assistantship. Actually, she has engaged me through video calls and she has given me some assignments. And she's given me the go ahead to apply. But what she told me was that if I was already in the university, it would have been easier for me to get the research assistantship. So she has asked that I volunteer for her as a research assistant while she has asked me to apply. But University of Southern California's application fee is very expensive, $155. That will be around 2,400 in Ghanaian cedis. And so now my fear is
If you
that
convert it, you
I
make
do
it
not
more
have
bigger. If you convert it, you make it bigger. Let's leave it at $1, right? Uh-huh.
all
Go
right.
ahead, brother.
So now my fear is that once I have not been given the clear assurance of getting the research assistantship, i.e. the fund, and there's no way I can go to that university because it is a private university. Their fees is very expensive without external fund or without funding. So my question is, I would want to know whether per my interactions with the professor, whether I should go ahead and invest and apply or I should let it go. And I need advice from you, Fred.
Mr. Freeman will respond to this one.
Okay, look, man. Congratulations on this. I'm also, if you get to know, I'm also a Tamale boy. So I lived in Tamale for a long time,
Oh, okay.
almost all my life. Yeah. It's all about risks. The student in Oregon, he also got that kind of link with a professor, and luckily the professor was a Ghanaian in the Oregon State University,
Wow.
Josephine Agee. So they interacted, and that was when the professor was like, okay, she has a project coming up, and then there is funding available, so he should go ahead and do the application. So he took the risk, applied, and then he got the admission, and then also got the funding letter and all that. He's currently in the US. So this would be a decision that you have to take yourself. Honestly, these things, you if you don't take risks, you might not know the results. So I mean, I know that 2000 something Ghana cities is a lot of money, but you should be ready to risk it, because I mean, you've already established the contact with the person, and yeah, why not try it?
So
Absolutely.
thank you so much, Mr. Freeman. So here's the thing. It's a huge school, and normally they wouldn't want to come out and say that we are waiving application fees, right?
Yeah,
But there are a couple of people you can talk to. You can talk to this professor who you'll be working with, that this is your challenge. Even if you convert it to your local currency, it's huge and all that. Is it possible that he can get an application fee waiver for you? The worst answer you could get is no. But
yeah,
don't let it make it look as if that you want to take advantage of the opportunity she has given you. Just tell her that genuinely, you can even decide not to put it directly that you need the money. You can say that you've started your applications, but now you are working to save towards application fees. It's been a bit challenging for you. So you're asking if there is any way there is a waiver that you could get to waive the application fee. The second thing is you can talk to the graduate school and directly ask them for a waiver, and you can
yeah.
also monitor the university's website to know
Website.
if there will be an information section or a webinar that you can
Yeah,
join so that you can get a waiver. There are so
yeah.
many ways of going about this, and definitely there should be a way out for you. All right, Lukman, thank you for joining. Anchi Daniel, you have to unmute your microphone. Talk to Mr. Freeman.
All right, so my case is I finished University of Ghana and I did combined major in psychology and information studies. But my case right now is I finished the course all right, but then in my final year we had this practical course of which unfortunately the lecturer said I copied or something, so he gave me F on that. But then I don't know. My transcript is all right. It's cool. But then with that one, I want to make inquiries. This just off the topic that you're talking about. But then I just want to make this inquiry if it's still possible for me to do either worse evaluation or it's still possible for me to just apply for some because I don't just it's just a practical course with two credit hours and it's not written. It's just something that's just practical. So
Don't be hard on yourself. You look like you are very disturbed by it. It's life. The reason why we value happiness is because there is pain, right? So don't be too hard on yourself. It's part of life. You'll be okay. So did you resit that course since you had an F in it? Did you have to resit the course?
yes, please. So I'll be writing it by the end of this month.
That's the good thing about the WES evaluation, such a way that they take away the course that repeat on your transcript. So if you failed it, it's not going to be considered in your transcript evaluation. It's only the one that you're going to pass that will be used for your transcript evaluation. So don't be hard on yourself, right?
All right,
Okay.
sure. Thanks very much.
All right,
Thanks.
let's talk to Uzioma. Uzioma, your microphone is muted, Uzioma. Okay.
Now,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Uzioma,
Yes.
talk to Mr. Freeman.
Okay. Good evening.
Yeah.
Sorry, you told me to get in touch with you, but I don't really have time and I don't know how to do that. We are always busy, so I don't know. Let me ask my question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, like I said, I got admitted into O'Neill. So on the letter, they gave me 50% automatic
Okay,
scholarship.
Uzioma, take your time. I know everything about that school.
Okay.
So, is it the environmental science program, public affairs, public administration, sustainability? Which of their programs?
Healthcare, healthcare management.
So I know the program is starting in the summer, not the fall semester, and
Yes.
you paid the enrollment deposit. Don't say no.
I didn't get that.
Have you paid the enrollment deposit? The $200
No,
enrollment deposit.
no, I have not. I actually asked for waiver and they said no.
No, they
I
will not
asked
waive
for
it. They will not
for
waive it.
100.
You
Okay.
applied, Uzoma, you applied for free. You want the waiver again? So Uzoma, I know everything about the school you're talking about. I know that the amount, stuff like that. That's why I'm able to give you the information I'm telling you, right? I've not seen your
Okay.
admission letter, but I can tell you everything about it. So, um, go ahead and pay for the enrollment deposit, and that's the only way you'll be able to activate your student account. Remember that there are other scholarships in the school, but because your program, it's going to be a 1 year program, and it
Yes.
starts in the May. Please get a statement. Go for the interview. It's one of the greatest programs you could get. And you didn't, the application fee is about $75 and you got it for free, right? So
Yes, I
take the
did.
enrollment deposit and then go through the process. Who's your man?
Okay. I have another serious question.
Okay.
Like
The first one is also
I
serious. And don't take life too serious. Relax, you'll be fine. You seem to be
This
so
is a
much
good time.
tense. You know, like everybody has been at your stage, right? Please relax. Talk to us.
okay. First of all, I'm worried about the visa processing time as I have not started anything. Okay. The POF, proof of fund, right? I
Please
actually wanted to.
relax. Let's address the first one. Uzioma,
Okay.
if you have an interview date tomorrow, will you be able to go to the embassy?
No,
Thank you,
because
my
I
sister.
have.
So you are now worried about something that is not even there. If they give you interview date tomorrow, you're not ready to go, my sister.
Exactly.
So
Yes, you're right.
to say that first of all, you're worried about, some people just throw some information in the air that, oh, it's the same in Ghana. Like it's difficult to get an interview. As I speak with you now, yesterday I booked a date with somebody.
Mhm.
So you don't even have an I-20, my sister, but you're worried about interview day. You seems to have like a lot of worries. Listen, understand that in this life, whenever you conquer one thing, there is another challenge coming up. Now, the major concern, probably when you were starting the process, was, oh, how do I even get $75? Because the school you have gained admission to, the application fee is about $75, right? And then all of a sudden,
Yes.
okay, there is a waiver, $75 is gone. And my sister is worried about, oh, how do I get admission? And then you are able to get admission. What? We spoke to somebody who said that the admission came, there was no scholarship in this school you are talking about, and I know very well. That's why I'm able to tell you everything. It came with automatic scholarship. You didn't apply separately for it. Is that not it?
Yes, and fellowship again.
Good. Here is my sister complaining about, not getting a date. Meanwhile, she doesn't even have I-20.
No, no. I'm not talking about getting a date. I'm not talking. What I wanted to ask is, like, I intend to, because from what I understand, what is remaining for me is living expenses. Since I get this one is 50%, this one is 50%. Am
Mm.
I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Hello? Did you
Yeah,
get me?
yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
So yeah, they gave me fellowship 50%. Okay. But now I want to use Empower loan.
Mm-hmm.
for the living expenses.
Mm-hmm.
So the worry I have there is, will it fly? Will they ask me for my personal bank statement for proof of fund or sponsor? Like, would they say, how will I get scholarship and then go for loan again? I mean, at the embassy.
Freeman, do you want me to come in, or I should
Yeah, yeah.
continue?
Please come in here.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, I
also
wanted
learning.
to ask if you wanted to contribute. So, if you took your time to, and I know it's bulky, if you took your time to read the admission letter very well, there is nothing asking you to prove anything for living expenses. Normally, if the cost of attendance is combined, right? If you have some sort of scholarship, you would have to look out for the deficit. So the deficit you're looking out for, don't classify that as your living expenses. Now, when you say, would they ask you, are you talking about the visa interview?
Yes, yes,
My
I'm talking
sister,
about the
listen,
visa interview.
the interview is all about questions. Even if the school is taking care of everything, your government is giving you a scholarship that will pay for everything, there will still be questions asked at the embassy. Now, it is very good if you are able to look at your situation and then come up with possible questions they will ask you at the embassy, because
Yeah.
nobody really knows what they are going to ask you, right? So
Mhm.
if you shouldn't be worried about what question are they going to ask me. There is always an answer to every question. So are there people who have gotten this? As I speak with you now, I know somebody personally I assisted to that school. That's why I'm able to talk about it like that. So the interview is all about questions. They will definitely ask you questions. Whether the school is paying for everything, you're using Empower, your uncle is sponsoring you, you are sponsoring yourself. There will be questions, my sister. Don't
Yeah.
be worried about the questions to be asked. Worry about how best can I respond to the questions so that they will get me the visa.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to be
Okay,
asked questions.
they
You don't want to be asked questions at all.
no, I know the answer, but to answer the question is, what am I trying? How do I go? Like,
That is
what
there. So
and
we do
how?
a mock interview platform that we coach people to prepare for the visa interview. And I know
Yeah.
most of my friends are doing great out there. I want to mention some names. Aaron Inspires. There are lots of Nigerians. They have platforms. They are here already. They've done the process. So they have platforms that they coach people to prepare for the visa interview. So when you get a visa interview scheduled, then you have to take your time and prepare. Now, when you prepare, you get an answer to the question. That's
Yeah.
so simple. I don't know if I'm the one that's
Last thing, Mr. Fred.
no, we have to talk to
Yeah.
another person. You're taking all our time, and there's an
Yes. Yeah, we
opportunity
have to
to
get someone
schedule.
else.
Um, there's an opportunity to schedule a one-on-one conversation if you want to. We can go into.
Yeah.
I don't know how to mention your name, and I don't want to mess it up. So please mention your.
Mauyiram. Mauyiram.
Yes, William.
Yeah, please talk to Mr. Freeman.
Yes, Mr. Freeman.
Yes, sir.
This I've had admission from University of Tennessee, New Zealand,
Mm-hmm.
Master of Social Work.
Okay.
So, but I'm asked to pay an enrollment fee of $100, and there will be a separate application for the scholarship.
Okay.
But right now, my problem also is that I applied for the Erasmus Mummies scholarship. So when I don't know how to go about it, the two of them, which one should I make a decision about? Or
I mean, the Erasmus, you didn't pay anything, did you?
no, I didn't.
So the only payment here is the $100 for the University of Tennessee.
Yes, please.
Yes, so the more the merrier. That is my very short answer. I mean, in my time, I had to, I applied for several as well. And then at the end, I got the Erasmus and I also got the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship in the UK. And then I had to choose, you
Okay.
know. So if it is $100 and you have it, please do,
Because
please pay.
uh,
Mhm. Then, yeah, so that if both of them
because
come like,
after the $100, I will be paying for the service fee, then the I think the MRV fee.
mm,
Oh, which one?
Okay, my
yeah,
brother. Here's the thing. So last week in my intro, and I want you to go and watch that video. I explained what you can do. So of course, most universities, they require the tuition and enrollment deposit. What you do is that there are two things. You can either tell them that can they credit it to your student account so that you can go ahead and secure your I-20 and start the process, or can they waive it for you? Mostly for waiving, they may not listen to you.
Yeah.
So use that English that it should be credited to your student account so that you can go ahead.
They say it will be credited to the student's account.
Exactly. But now they want you to pay, even though it will be credited. And I'm saying that instead of paying it now before you go through the process, they should credit it to your student account. So you own them that, right? And then it will clear that off. Then you can move on with the process. Now, later on, if you get your visa, then you may be able to pay that. But of course, if you decide not to go, then it means that you can go, you can decide for to go for another option.
Yeah.
All right. So I tell people, I control we ask you information they now please unmute your microphone. The
Hello, Mr.
masculine
Fred.
the masculine name for Na is Ni, right?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I have a sister called, what does Na mean? Like a queen or what? Princess or what?
Yeah, it's a kind of a title. Let's say we have Nana Kwame,
Okay.
Nana Ya, the
Mm.
same to like me, or Na
Oh,
Ajoko, Ajili, like a
oh,
title,
okay.
or the kings and then the chiefs too.
Yeah, I have a gun family, but the only gun I learned from them was Okemini or Okemini.
Gemini.
Okemini.
Okay,
Gemini.
Mimi.
What did you say?
Yeah. That's the only guy I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, talk to Mr. Freeman.
All right. So thank you so much, Mr. Fred, for the good things you are doing. Mr. Freeman, I would like to ask, can the English proficiency letter replace the IELTS for the Erasmus?
Yes.
Can it
Yes.
replace it?
Yes, most of the time they write that if you don't, you can show your English proficiency from the university, and even for now they are even updating the list. So if you are from certain countries, based on the program, for example, Ghana, they say that you don't have to submit English language certificate. So you have to check on the website of the program and see if they have that exemption. However, if you still have the IELTS, there's no problem. Please add it.
Great. And what's the required GPA? The required
GPA.
GPA, is it 3.0 or 2 point something?
So for UDS, we had a 5 scale like UCC. So it depends on what it is. I mean, they want at least you should be second class, lower or upper. But if you have an upper, is good. Upper to first class, perfect.
All right, Mr. Fred, I have a question for you. I'm applying for.
Relax, take it. I think sometimes people ask certain questions like, "How much is it going to cost? What is the requirements?" They want to compare and see if they fit inside.
Yeah.
Now go ahead. What's the question for me?
All right, I'm applying for investing in the US, and then I'm applying for teaching English and French to speakers of other language. That's a bilingual course, and they are requiring for writing sample. They said 250 to 300 words.
Yeah.
I don't know the writing sample. I don't know whether I should use my undergraduate project. I should summarize it and use that as a writing sample. They want it in French, and my undergraduate project was in French too. I don't know how to go about it, or it's a writing something I've done in the past, a written document. I'm confused about it.
I like the sound of optimism in your voice and how serious, like the way you're asking your question. My sister is serious. This year you are not staying in Ghana, right? You just want
Yes. Otoka will see you.
This is the sort of energy you need to be successful with this process. That burning desire in you to succeed, and I'm happy how you're asking your questions and stuff like that. And it's our prayer that things will go through successfully for you. That's a wonderful program you're applying for. So when it comes to the writing sample, this is the idea behind. They want to know how good of a writer you are. So graduate school is all about assignments, stuff like that, writing and stuff like that. But your question of as to whether should a writing sample be in French or not, I would suggest that you ask the admissions team. But the
Yeah, it's
idea
not
behind
that it should be in French. They
this,
stated that it should be in French.
okay, good. It means that
That
you
it
can,
should be
you
in
can,
English, since
yeah,
I'm
you
saying
can.
bilingual.
Okay, you can upload, your research work. They want to know how, like, the vocabs you have, stuff like that. They want to know how good of a writer you are. Except
Yes.
maybe they gave you a specific topic in the application to talk about. If not, then your research work can be uploaded as a writing sample.
Yes.
And my research work is almost about almost 200 and something pages. And they
So
said they want 250 to 300
exactly.
words.
So you can use the intro or the summary of the work, depending on whether it will fit in. So the introduction or maybe the literature review section, so that it will meet the requirement they are looking for. And you have to find out whether they did not give you a specific topic to write about. Sometimes they do. If they don't have a specific topic, then the idea of the writing sample is just to know how good of a writer you are. And I'm glad you bring this perspective. If you are listening to us, mostly the writing sample is a bit different from the statement of purpose. The
Yes.
statement of purpose, you talk about why you chose that program, stuff like that. But the writing sample, will this person be fit for a graduate school? If we give an assignment, can this person write? That's what they want to know.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I would really be happy to talk to you the next time, and then this process has been successful for you, whether you are in Europe or you are in America somewhere. It's highly possible now. You go be.
All right. Thank you.
All right. All right. So almost 2 hours, already.
Yeah.
Let me have your final words. I really appreciate this conversation and thank you for coming through. What will be your final words to the thousands of people who tune into this session?
Yeah, so my final words would be do it. You have to try. I mean, I can see that there are so many people with so many questions. And
Yeah.
like, of course, in the US, you have more universities, but don't just keep it to the US.
Exactly.
When I finished, I only knew about the UK, and then now I'm in Germany.
Yeah.
So expand your horizon, ask people, ask questions, and then you'll be able to do it. Find what you really want to do. Some people just feel like I just want to travel. No,
Yeah.
you have to have a reason why you want to go. You want to study, and then you'll be able to do it. So without saying much, I wish all of them the best of the luck, and I hope to see them very soon. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's talk about your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Why should people subscribe and the information you share there? Let's just in case somebody just joined us.
Yes. So my YouTube channel is currently on the screen. Is Freeman Lamy. So I talk about scholarship, study abroad, and I also added the aspect of work abroad as well. So mostly these scholarships, of course, many people talk about US and other things, but I also talk about the scholarships that are offered in Europe. And there are several scholarships in the Netherlands, especially that are offered by universities. And I talk more on this as well. German scholarships or even sponsoring yourself as well. Universities that you should look out for. And I mean, if you want to study in Europe and the opportunities that there are in Europe as well. Also working, if you are someone who want to explore the work markets, it's a place that you can also explore. So check out my YouTube channel. I have all those videos, various videos on that, and they come weekly on the European scholarships and also American scholarships as well. So subscribe to my channel, share, and then the same name is found on all other social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, all the other places, TikTok, and then write to me, DM me, and I'll be able to. I mean, I can check your stuff for you as well. So I wish them all the best, and check out.
We're signing out, but looks like this my brother. The way the face is looking, we have to talk to him.
Yes,
James, talk to Mr. Lamy because I saw the way he has put his hands on his face, and I'm like,
the way you have put your hand, what is going on?
Bro, everything will be fine. Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Fred.
Yeah,
Good
man.
evening,
Bro,
Mr.
talk to
Freeman.
Mr. Freeman.
Yes.
Oh man, the network, the network.
Oh my God.
I wanted us to
Yes,
talk to you
please.
because,
I really want to appreciate you for what you've been doing,
Mm.
oh man, the
and
connection.
eagerly. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
I've been waiting eagerly for someone to talk about studying Europe, because I'm really interested in studying in Germany. I've made a research about the
Bro,
DED,
can you speak up a
the
little bit? Can
EPOS,
you
and
speak up a little bit? James, can you please speak up a little bit? Oh
can you hear
man.
me now?
Yeah, we are trying. You're trying. Unfortunately, I really wanted us to speak to James, but
Yeah, he should contact me since he says he wants to do.
yeah,
He should contact me on any of the social media platforms, and we can have a conversation. Yeah,
yeah. All right, great. So, bro, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
welcome.
It's
You're
great
welcome.
having you on. And
Yes.
yeah, please subscribe to the Freeman YouTube channel on Facebook. You can easily get in touch with him. He'll be
Yeah.
happy to assist you and all that. So, bro, every week what we try to do is that for people tuning in, we make a draw, and then based on people commenting, subscribing, and following, we would select one person that we will mentor for free. If the person has a bachelor's, want to apply for a bachelor's degree, the
Okay.
team will handle the application for free for this individual. So
Wow.
we have about 208 people entering, and it's random. The system does it. So um, we select one person. Let's see who gets selected first.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow, Azuri Clement. This person is from my hometown.
oh, really?
Yes.
Shout out to Azura Clement. I see now Joko, please send me a message on Instagram because she has been commenting. Maybe
Yes. She has
yeah.
done. She has really done well.
Now Joko,
Yeah.
I see you. I see you. Please send me a message on Instagram. Looks like
Yeah.
my sister might feel this. So we select one person every weekend. So if this week you are not selected, don't worry. We'll have another
Yeah.
draw next week. So
Mm.
somebody said, yeah, Junior, we appreciate Mr. Freeman for coming
Yes.
through.
Thank
So
you very much.
congrats, Mr. Azure Clement. Send me a direct message on Instagram. And this goes to everyone. If you need any assistance, just send me a direct message on Instagram. Instagram
Yes.
is the only way to get in touch with me, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
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 All right. Bro, thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming.
Thank you very much for having me, and then
Yeah,
let's catch up again sometime. Yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. All right. So congrats to Azuri. Azuri, what you have to do, Clement, is to get in touch with me via Instagram, and let's take it from there. Next week we'll also have another draw and select one person. So that's how it works. All right. If you are just joining us, please the various podcast will be live, are still live on the various social media platforms, so you can check them out. The ones we did previous weeks, it's been very educative. If you are discovering the channel for the first time, you're welcome to the biggest study abroad content platform. And this is a family where we inspire each other, we motivate each other, we encourage each other, we share information among ourselves to help each of us go through this process and be successful. If you have a friend, if you have a ward, if you have a sister, if you have a colleague at work who wants to study abroad, just tell them about the Fred Effect platform. I keep on saying that there are several ways we can do this, but I make sure that I'm putting out the information in a more positive way to encourage you. So I wouldn't, blame you for not having a good CGPA. There is a school for everyone, notwithstanding what your qualification is, what your your financial situation is. There is a university abroad to apply to. If you had a D7 E8, no problem. There is a school to apply to. There's a school for everyone. Sometimes you may not get the things you want based on your qualification, but there's always a school, but the school also have their requirements and all that. So we want to continue to inspire people. We want to continue to motivate you. We want to continue to let you know that for me, coming from Bole Bamboy, where it was a bit challenging to even connect to the internet to work on my applications, If I was able to do it, you can do it. So that is what we want you to understand. There's a lot of negative things we can talk about. That is absolutely fine. In life, there is nothing that is going to be perfect, and that you have to apply that to the study abroad process. Don't see this process as an end. Immediately you get a visa, maybe everything is ended. That we always want more. I thought I was just going to come for a master's degree here. Listen, I got a second master's, and I got a second master. I'm like, okay, I need to get a PhD. So at any point in time, you would want to achieve more, you would want more. So be grateful for the opportunity to even apply for the admission. If there is a denial, it's part of life. Appreciate that, enjoy the process, enjoy what you're going through. If there is admission without a scholarship, be grateful for the admission. There are thousands of people that applied without it. If you had a partial scholarship, be grateful for it and find out information on how you can get more. So the Fred Effect team has a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of former visa officers, and they can help you prepare for your visa interview. If you are going for any category of visa, whether being an immigrant or a non-immigrant visa, you can schedule a meeting with the Argo Visa team. They'll be super happy to help you. So let me share the link so that you can use. So you can use this link I'm sharing on the screen to be able to schedule a meeting one-on-one, so that a visa officer will go through your a DS-160 or DS-260, have a one-on-one mock session with you, prepare you. So talk to a former visa officer before you speak with a visa officer during your interview. Thousands of people have been successful with this process. You wouldn't be the first person to go for what interview or category of visa you are going for. People have done it. Seek for help and you'll be fine. For more than half a decade, the Fred Effect team has a mock interview WhatsApp group. Now, what we do is that if you have an I-20 or you're preparing for a visa interview, you send me a direct message on Instagram, you join the family, we meet every single day, 10 p.m. Ghana time, and then we prepare people for the interview. I have had the opportunity to go through the process. I've had opportunity to assist thousands of people. So based on this experience and the opportunity I have to interact with former visa officers, we have some ideas and information we can share with you. We cannot pretend to be experts in this field, but since we've been through the process, there are some ideas and information, if we share with you, can help you be successful as well. So use the link I'm sharing on the screen to be able to schedule a one-on-one meeting with the Fred Effect team. Send me a direct message on Instagram. We are currently 170,000 on the first YouTube channel. We are 100,000. We just got 100,000 on Facebook. That is awesome. And then we are about 20,000 on Instagram. TikTok is about 155,000. And then also on X is about 44,000. So this is the biggest, almost 500,000 across all our social media platforms. This is as a result of a constant, the constant education information we are putting out, and so you can be part of the family as well. My name has been Fred, and every week we do this, what we call the Study Abroad podcast. People have been through the Study Abroad process. They come, they share their experience, their journey, the schools they are, and then the scholarships they're enjoying, so that you know about it and you can also apply. So yeah, that is it for today. This is the link you can use to schedule a one-on-one meeting with the Fred Effect team, and we'll be happy to assist you. My name has been Fred. This is what I want you to do. Please be positive. Understand that everything will be fine. It might be challenging along the way, but because there are challenges, that is why we enjoy and celebrate the successes. You may be going through your own challenges in this process. Everything will be fine. All right. I'll talk to you next week. Congrats to our winner for this week. And then we'll continue next week. Please be positive. Everything will be fine.